The festive season is approaching, but for ordinary families, the celebration may come with an additional financial burden. And after sugar prices increased sharply, onions and several other essential food items have also become more expensive. A vegetable that was selling for around rupee 30 to 35 per kilogram is now costing consumers around rupee 50 to 60 per kilogram in several markets. And onions are not the only concern. Prices of vegetables, pulses, rice, cooking oil, tea and even dry fruits have also increased. So why are food prices rising so quickly, and when can consumers expect some relief? Let us understand about each and everything in detail. Firstly, let us understand that how onion prices rise sharply. Well, onion prices have become one of the biggest concerns for households, as in several parts of the country, retail onions are now selling for rupee 50 to 60 per kilogram. In Delhi, NCR prices are around rupee 50 to 55, while Mumbai consumers are paying approximately rupee 52 to 58 per kilogram. Meanwhile, in Kolkata, prices have reached around rupee 55 to 60, while Chennai, Bengaluru and Patna are also witnessing higher rates. And the situation is particularly noticeable in Bhubaneswar, where onion prices have reportedly jumped from around rupee 25 to 30 to rupee 55 to 60 per kilogram. Well, for consumers, the increase is significant because onions are a daily kitchen essential. So why are onion prices increasing? Well, the biggest reason being cited by traders is lower supply. Heavy rainfall and flooding have affected agricultural activity in several regions. Delayed sowing has also slowed the arrival of the new onion crop, and at Maharashtra, one of the Asia's major onion markets, wholesale prices have increased significantly, and lower arrivals from Nasik have also affected supplies to other states, and traders warn that prices could remain elevated until fresh supplies reach the markets. However, there could be some relief once the new crop starts arriving in large quantities. Well, the government is also reportedly considering releasing onions from its buffer stock to increase availability and control prices. Well, the sugar prices has added to the household pressure. While onions are making headlines, sugar has already become considerably more expensive, and the average retail price of sugar was around rupee 45 per kilogram on July 21. It increased to approximately rupee 50 by the end of July, and by August 21 the price had reached around rupee 65 per kilogram, and that means sugar has become about rupee 20 more expensive per kilogram in just 1 month. And the timing is particularly important because the festive season is approaching. Higher sugar prices could increase the cost of preparing sweets, potentially forcing consumers to pay more for mithai and other festive products. Well, not only onions and sugar, but vegetable prices are also climbing, as the pressure is not limited to onions and sugar. Several vegetables have become significantly more expensive. Potatoes have increased from around rupee 20 to rupee 25 per kilogram. Ladyfinger has reportedly doubled from rupee 30 to rupee 60 per kilogram. Cauliflower has risen from approximately rupee 60 to rupee 100, while bottle gourd has increased from rupee 40 to around rupee 70. Bitter gourd has moved from around rupee 60 to rupee 80, while ginger has increased from rupee 240 to approximately rupee 280 per kilogram. Cucumber has also become costlier, rising from around rupee 40 to rupee 50, and interestingly, tomatoes have remained relatively stable at around rupee 30 per kilogram. Well, the grocery bill is truly getting bigger, as the increase comes even more significant when we look at other household essentials. And the rice has reportedly increased from around rupee 90 to rupee 100 per kg. Arhar dal has risen from approximately rupee 120 to rupee 150. Mustard oil has gone from around rupee 160 to rupee 190 per kg. Tea leaves have also become more expensive, rising from around rupee 380 to approximately rupee 456 per kilogram. Even dry fruits have seen substantial increases. Cashews have reportedly jumped from around rupee 1000 to rupee 1500 per kilogram, while almonds have increased from rupee 800 to approximately rupee 1100. And for a household already managing rent, electricity, transport, education and other expenses, all these increases can make a noticeable difference. So why are food prices rising together? So what is behind this broader increase? Well, one major factor is weather disruption. Heavy rainfall and flooding can damage crops, delay harvesting and disrupt transportation. And when fewer vegetables reach wholesale markets, supplies become tighter and prices can rise. And at the same time, demand is increasing ahead of the festive season, and this creates a demand-supply gap. More people want to buy food items while the availability of some products remains limited. market, and that combination can quickly push retail prices higher. Can prices come down soon? Well, the good news is that the situation could improve if supplies increase, and traders expect onion prices to soften when the new crop arrives in large quantities. And increased supplies from other regions and possible imports could also help reduce pressure, and the government's buffer stock intervention could provide additional short-term relief to consumers. However, the timing of the relief will depend largely on crop arrivals and market conditions. Until then, consumers may have to continue paying higher prices for some essential items. So what does it mean for the common household? Well, for families, the problem is not simply that one vegetable has become expensive. It is the combined impact of rising prices. And when onion, sugar, pulses, rice, oil and vegetables all become costlier, the monthly grocery bill rises significantly. And with the festive season approaching, households may face additional expenses for sweets, celebrations and family functions. So the big question now is, will increased supplies bring prices down, or will consumers have to deal with expensive groceries for several more weeks? How much are onions selling for in your city? Has your monthly grocery bill increased, and which item has become the biggest burden on your kitchen budget? Well, for now, one thing is clear, that rising food prices are putting pressure on household budgets just as the festive season begins. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.